Dear participants, dear partners, dear colleagues, dear friends, and everybody who decided to join us today during the session to present one more time the opportunities behind Digi Talents for Moldova and Slovakia for Talents project, which is financed through the European Union within the Migration Partnership Facility of the ICMPD, International Center for Migration Policy Development, developed in partnership by EMA, which is the Development and Mobility Agency coming from Slovakia, National Association of ICT Companies from Moldova, and Digital Coalition from Slovakia. It is not any news that ICT is rapidly developing and changing the way businesses, governments, and different societies transform themselves and in need to use more and more information and communication technologies. Therefore, we are launching, or we have launched, another project aiming to foster knowledge exchange, support youth gain more experience, support the academia to develop new skills and contribute to the well-being of the ICT sector in both countries, Moldova and Slovakia. And why not, least but not last, or last but not least, support 50 professionals and students pursue from 3 to 12 months opportunity exchange program in Slovakia to taste the flavor of how it is to work in one of the European countries and to gain more experience when they are coming back. On the private sector, we also have some partners, which I'm gladly willing to mention. This is Asset and Orange Moldova and Orange Slovakia. Therefore, there are many opportunities that we have prepared from our side. So let's start. We have our colleagues from the Digital Coalition starting this wonderful seminar. And I would like to give the floor to Mario Lelovsky, who is the president of Digital Coalition from Slovakia, for the introduction, for some wonderful welcoming words and some intro about Slovakia. Mario. Did we miss Mario? Hi, so it seems we could not connect to Mario. Therefore, we'll go through the why we are here today, what are the house rules, and what we are planning to discuss about. Once Mario is back, we can have a small intro and a small discussion on Slovakia. We are going to go today through a series of specific items that we want to touch with the mobility scheme that is being put in place. This is, as we mentioned, this is a 3-month mobility scheme and a 12-month mobility scheme aiming to touch or to have students from the Moldovan universities pursue an internship in Slovakia, as well as professionals who are willing to upgrade their skills, to taste something new, and to to have an experience related to the Slovak experience overall. We will go through basic knowledge related to Slovakia and the ICT sector. We will cover elements that we would like to go through, like why to participate, who is eligible, what are the benefits, who can be, what kind of participants are accepted or are willing to or are interested to participate. What is the timeline that somebody needs to submit their application or their interest? We will also go through criteria for application and what is expected on behalf of the participants, what is basically the package that one needs to submit, as well as how do you join, where do you join. You can find a lot of information on, meanwhile, on digitalents.md. We'll go through the presentation of the asset company, and as well we'll talk about the opportunities once you return back to Moldova. We'll also hear a wonderful experience from one of the participants coming from Ukraine who has experienced a similar program and is benefiting of all the interesting components that this kind of a mobility scheme can offer. And last but not least, we'll have a session covering questions that may arise and that you can address over Slido or Slido. You'll see the code that is going to be available, such as 309220, and you can ask questions that we will answer in the end. Overall, we are looking to a 55 up to 1 hour and 20 minutes of presentation, and we are here to help and to inspire anyone who would like to benefit of this program. If we have Mario, let's try and see if he's on. If not, let's watch the video, or let's give the floor next to Nina Paulenova, coming from the Development and Mobility Agency, EMA, from Slovakia. Thank you.
It's me now talking. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Hello from Bratislava and from EMA. Sorry for this technical issues. We're still missing Mr. Mario Lelovsky, so I will be presenting the Slovak ICT sector instead. So what we think you should know and what will be important for you once you'll decide to come to Slovakia, eventually to join this program of Digi Talents. First, let me just give you some brief information about Slovakia, about our little country in Central Europe. You see on the slide that the total area is over 49,000 square kilometers. Population is about 5.5 million inhabitants. And what is maybe more important to know, this location gives good opportunities for traveling. Bratislava is situated close to the Hungarian and Austrian borders, but with very good connections to all surrounding cities and capital cities especially. Since many years, we have been a part of European Union. So once you will join this program, you can be sure that you will be living for 3 or for 12 months in a European Union country that will give you certain opportunities. The ICT sector is the one of the most growing sectors in Slovakia, having really significant potential for further growth, even despite this pandemic times. Please, maybe the next slide, please. Just very briefly, here are some IT companies that might be interesting to know. For example, the asset company is one of the cooperating companies we already signed agreement with and is really willing to welcome participants from Moldova within this project. Pixel Federation, companies such as Slido or Sygic are also very are new, but not that new to be called startups, but it's already well-established institutions and companies that have that are well known and have a very good name and big potential for further cooperation with. And why we think when you will be deciding whether to join this program or not, we think that you should really consider the friendly environment that is in Slovak companies, the training, development, and career opportunities, such as technical education, will be provided to you within this program and when working in companies. Companies very often offer flexible working hours, possibilities to work from home, or extra vacation days. It's really common that these companies offer these benefits, and it's that might be very important or even higher motivation than the salary itself. There we have also the extra meal shares, regular team buildings, and so on. You can see now what are the starting salaries on selected IT position. For example, the software developer, the wage gross is from 1,100 euro to 1,500 euro monthly. And you can see the other positions. But we have to say that the salary really depends on the motivation, skills, and previous experience of each candidate. Final salary is always negotiable. How much the candidate can earn is directly connected to how much the candidate knows. Your paycheck grows with your skills, and the salary can be divided into a fixed and variable part. When we are talking about Slovak ICT sector, we think that there are several motivation factors for choosing our country. For Moldovan startups, for you, for young IT specialists, such as the political and economic stability of our country, strategic geographical location that has been already mentioned, and many more. About the program and why we believe you should participate. As first point, let's have a look what this program can give you that you could really benefit of. As has already been mentioned, Digi Talents is a Slovak Moldovan job mobility and career development program designed for young Moldovan professionals active in the ICT sector. So I hope those of you who are watching can already identify themselves within this program. The cooperation of the three well-established and experienced organizations, ATIC, EMA, Development and Mobility Agency, and Digital Coalition, guarantees the high quality of program activities, serious approach, full coverage of services, and loads of benefits. We will come further to it. Digi Talents also relies on institutional support of various stakeholders, such as the Technical University of Moldova, ministries from both sides, from Slovakia and Moldova, and private companies, such as ESET, already mentioned, Orange Slovakia, and Orange Moldova. This cocktail, so-called, of stakeholders and cooperating partners make this program very interesting, unique in both our countries, and a pilot scheme for its original content. And what joining this program will really mean for you. Next slide, please. According to American expert in psychology, out of 10 decisions that fundamentally affect our lives will happen by our mid-30s. The first 10 years of our career have an exponential impact on our earnings in the future. You can now have the opportunity to make one of these decisions that may change your lives. If you enter the program, you can significantly push your career forward, and you also have a chance to experience huge personal and professional growth. Important information for you is that you'll get all the program services and the support for free. If you take this opportunity and decide to join the program, you will profit from many personal and professional benefits. As I mentioned earlier, you will receive continuous cost-free support during the entire program cycle. What this really means, we will provide you with complex assistance with legal and administrative formalities. We organize complete logistic related to relocation to Slovakia and return to Moldova once you finish your work in Slovak company. When you arrive in Slovakia, we will help you with the adaptation process through regular meetings during your entire stay in this country. And then at the end, when you return to Moldova, you will be offered further with either orientation on the Moldovan labor market or assistance with establishing an ICT business startup. Okay, and now I'll end up this session with a short video introducing Slovakia and our capital city, Bratislava. And after the video, I'll see you again. Okay, welcome back. Now let's talk about how the program works, what are its stages, and what are the criteria for applying. This will help you to understand what steps you would need to take, what happens when, and what does the whole process look like. Here you see the scheme of the whole program timeline. And we, at this moment, are in the month of December and in the stage of applying an application process. The program starts now, and we will speak more about how to join the program and, for example, how to write down and where to find the application and how the selection process works in next module. After this step, pre-selection will follow. That means that after you will apply and submit all required documents, the selection process starts. The selection of candidates is a comprehensive process, and it is good to know that it takes place in two stages. First, there goes pre-selection with involvement of selection committee, and the final selection with involvement of the Slovak companies. The pre-selection stage consists of a number of steps, such as reviewing your documents, test, and interview, and you will need to succeed in each step in order to move to the next one. Then there is the talent incubator. If you are pre-selected, you will sign a cooperation agreement with EMA and ATIC detailing your rights and obligations, and this will happen before entering the talent incubator number 1, because there will be 3 talent incubators. The talent incubator is where your specialized ICT and language training will take place throughout a period of 6 weeks. Signing the agreement is not a guarantee of receiving a job offer in Slovakia, and there will be still testing and interviews you will need to go through. It is only your expression of commitment to participate in the program and go through all its phases. Shall you pass the final selection? And in this stage, you will also be matched with the companies. That's where the job matching or matchmaking take place. But to move to this step, you will need to have the required training attendance and attain a required scores in testing. More about selection and matchmaking will be said also further in the next module. Then you will be preparing for departure. When you pass the final selection and you are selected by a company, you will start preparing for departure to Slovakia. You will need to arrange your documents, such as your criminal record and fit to work certificate from your doctor. We will take care of all the travel and logistic preparations, so you don't need to worry about that. Before leaving to Slovakia, you will have a pre-departure orientation session where you will be briefed about all important things related to your relocation, residence in Slovakia, and obligations related to the employment. The process further continues with arrival to Slovakia, there where you will submit your application for residence at the foreign police. You will visit your future workplace and attend post-arrival orientation to provide you with further details about your stay and work in the country and to be able to smoothly adapt and enjoy your experience. Depending on the company where you will work and your position, you will either stay in Slovakia and start your training in the talent incubator number 2, following which you will start work. Or you will do part of your training, temporarily return to Moldova, and return to Slovakia only after you receive your residence. The training in talent incubator number 2 will again include specialized ICT courses, English language course, and basic of Slovak language throughout a period of 8 weeks. After this has been made, you will sign the employment contract with your employer. This will happen after you receive your resident status, and you will start your work for the company. You will have a standard employment relation with your company as any other employee, with the only difference that yours will be time limited, and the company will also have a cooperation agreement with EMA to minimize the risk of any problems. After your work experience, your job contract will be over, you will need to return to Moldova. Having in mind Digi Talents is a circular labor migration program, this is what will need to happen, and this will happen around the year May, June 2023. Back in Moldova, you will have the opportunity to attend further ICT training in the Talent Incubator number 3, or obtain support with integration in labor market, or you can even do both throughout a period of 8 weeks. And as a teaser, 5 selected candidates will benefit from financial and mentoring support with establishing an own ICT business startup. You will have the chance to obtain a grant in the amount of up to 4,000 euro in order to start your own business or your own project. And as you can see in the timeline, in February 2024, the program will be over. So all the activities and support providing to you will have to end by this time. But not to talk about the end of the project, uh, I'd like to introduce to you some criteria which are necessary for you to, in order if you want to apply. You can see the criteria are being divided into three parts or three groups. There are some personal criteria, formal criteria, and professional criteria. The program is following. In a nutshell, we are looking for young, motivated IT talents from Moldova who are keen to gain foreign employment experience and will use it back in Moldova while getting professional support all along the way. Your motivation and commitment to the program are among our top priorities. But of course, there are also some basic conditions such as age and being a student or graduate of ICT related fields with or without work experience, depending on whether you are interested in employment or in the internship. You should also have a good English language skills and some specific IT skills. In terms of availability, we need you to be able to move to Slovakia in the year 2022 for 12 months in case you will have employment contract, or for 3 months in case you will go for the internship position. In certain cases of employment, the application process may take a bit longer, but you would spend the additional time in Moldova, not in Slovakia. Regarding some formal criteria, you should have a biometric Moldovan passport valid for at least 18 months. Oh, that is highly recommended. From the day of your departure to Slovakia, you will need to be able to travel to Slovakia. That means that your previous stays in the Schengen area did not exceed a certain amount of days. It's called a visa check. A precondition for obtaining residence is that you don't have a criminal record and you are free from an illness endangering public health. And when you decide to enter the program, we would be expecting from you some obligations and rules that you will have to have in mind and to follow once you will be selected. This is just a very, very general overview, and you would be briefed about this more in details upon a successful matchmaking with the company. But for example, there are some contractual and legislative obligations. The cooperation agreement will be signed with all participants entering the talent incubator number 1. This is no guarantee that you will be offered a job in Slovakia. But the cooperation agreement will explain you your rights and obligations, such as your commitment to complete all the phases of the program and keeping each other informed. Some sanctions for not respecting your obligations set in the agreement vary from financial penalties to exclusion from the program. But don't you worry about the laws and the regulations. We will provide you with thorough guidance in this regard, and you will also have legal support at your disposal throughout your stay. What must be mentioned as part of the contractual obligations is that full vaccination against COVID-19 by a vaccine authorized for use in the EU is mandatory to be able to enter to the program. Regarding employment and internship, have in mind that the company which will hire you, nor your position, cannot be changed. Once you will be selected and you will be matched with the company on a certain position, you'll need to keep up to that for the whole employment agreement. And your personal engagement means that there are certain documents you will need to arrange yourself before departing for Slovakia. For example, you'll need to arrange the criminal record from Moldova, which you will need to have apostilled. In Slovakia, later on, you will need to arrange official translations and certify your signatures on some documents at the notary. And to sum it up, the program has many benefits, and we want to make sure we have the right people. So you please make sure you understand all the requirements before applying. But don't worry, we will be there all the time to provide you with guidance and support. That's all from my side today. Thank you all for your attention, and I wish you all Merry Christmas and an easy decision-making process. So far, goodbye and thank you.
Thank you, Nina, for providing such an extensive description and details related to the overall project and the mobility scheme, the expectations, what it takes, how it goes. To be able to, I'm sure there are more questions that might arise once we have presentation and learn about the project and about the scheme. Still, we are in the last 2 weeks of application or interest to receive applications from the interested candidates. And if you have not yet made your mind in that sense, or you'd like to learn more, I would like to give the floor to Olga Andriutsa, our colleague from ATIC and project coordinator on behalf of ATIC of the Digi Talents for Moldova and Slovakia for Talents. Olga, please let us know, how do we join, what do we do, where do we go, and whom can we ask for help? Thank you.
Well, hope now everybody hears me. Okay. Well, as I said earlier, that in this part, I want to give you an idea of what would be your steps to be taken if you decide to apply and join the program. To take the first step of this experience, I will explain where and how to apply in order to join the program. First of all, if you are interested in the program, you need to apply through the online application form, and you can find it on our project website, www.digitalents.md, within one of two offered deadlines. At this turn of application deadline, you can apply until December 31st, as was mentioned by Anna earlier. Following the steps of the application form, and make sure you have all required documents to complete the application. Applicant will have to submit the following documents in English. First is a CV and a motivation letter with the maximum 300 words. As a part of motivation letter, we'll be describing of your expectation from the program. And a short 2-minute video presentation about yourself, and which is optional, but you have the opportunity to emphasize all the experience gained until now. Also, it will be necessary to provide the scans of the following original documents as applicable: diploma or confirmation of ongoing studies, proof of work experience and implemented projects, as well IT, language, or other relevant training certificate. It is very important to know that only candidates who meet the application criteria and submit all required documents will be considered. Application is free of charge, as well as the program. Joining the program as well is free of charge. And you can find more information about our project, on how to apply and all the steps to be taken on our website, digitalents.md, on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. As well, I want to say more about selection, matchmaking, and recruitment process. Referring to pre-selection process, as mentioned by Nina earlier, after reviewing the application, we'll be select the candidates who meet all the conditions. Selected candidates will be later tested in IT and language skills. Those who pass the test successfully will be invited for a personal interview. And the best candidates will enter the Talent Incubator #1 here in Chisinau and will sign agreements with them and the TIC. About matchmaking and recruiting process, it will be available only for those who have successfully completed the training and received relevant certificates. ICT companies involved in the program will receive the short list of candidates, and will select the candidates based on documents provided, results of the tests, English skills, and motivation. Regarding recruitment process, it will be performed by Slovak and Moldovan IT and HR specialists in line with the principles of transparency and objectivity. The final selection of a right candidate will be up to the company, and the successful candidates will be offered a concrete position within a company, either as an employer or as an intern. Matchmaking will take place in March 2022, if you apply now until December 31st. And I wish you all to be the first to apply and make a successful future with Digi Talents. Thank you.
Thank you, Olga, for the comprehensive overview of the application process. We have 15 more days or 16 more days as of tomorrow to apply for the unique opportunity provided by this program, where one can benefit of a 3-month or a 12-month program or exchange program in Slovakia. All you have to do is get on digitalents.md, fill in the application form with all the required fields, and your application has to be complete by the end of this application period. In that case, once you do that, you are able to receive a unique opportunity and be part of one or more of the companies that will participate in the matchmaking and recruiting of the wonderful candidates. But to learn more about how is a Slovak ICT company structured, what it is about, what would you need to know about it, I would like to introduce a video or request to introduce a video about Asset Company, which is one of the biggest companies in Slovakia, and then give the floor to Andrej Chibotaro, who is the head of security or endpoint security within Asset, doing a lot of wonderful stuff in and for Moldova, and will take you through some more details related to their company profile.
What does it take to make the world a safer place? Maybe it takes a network of offices and research centers in countries that span the globe. a network that employs and fosters the skills of hundreds of the world's top IT security experts. Maybe what it takes is the desire to overcome, matched with a burning will to win and to be the best. Maybe what it takes is supreme concentration, matched with Zen-like calm. Maybe it's attitude, or visionary leadership, or just a nice environment. In fact, it takes all of these things, and just a little bit of fun. But most of all, it takes great people. Join us and make the world a safer place.
Și mi se pare oricum ciudat că nu văd cu cine vorbesc, dar o să încerc să prezint cât mai bine. Nu am foarte mult timp, așa că o să sar peste primul slide. Voi trece direct la al doilea, pentru că, așa cum spunea și video ăsta, compania asta e despre cel mai important aspect, sunt oamenii extraordinari din compania asta și povestea asta, practic, care o să vă spun acum, prin care o să trec foarte repede acum, arată exact lucrul ăsta. Compania, în 1987, 3 programatori, trebuie să recunosc, foarte buni, pentru că erau alte vremuri și foarte puțin documentație, au făcut nodul, de care știe toată lumea. În 92 au încorporat ESET-ul, avem câțiva ani de când suntem în industrie. În 2015 deja ajungeam depășeam 1000 de angajați. În 2016 am fost prima companie care am reușit să câștigăm 100 de premii Virus Bulletin 100, ceea ce în industrie este un premiu foarte important și faptul că am reușit să fim prima companie care atinge pragul ăsta e ceva incredibil și asta datorită oamenilor care sunt în compania asta. Avem 34 de ani acum, continuăm să creștem și un factor foarte, foarte important este că suntem în continuare o companie deținută privat, deci dacă vă uitați în companiile top din lumea asta, toate nu sunt așa, noi suntem deținuți privat, în continuare sunt programatorii care au înființat compania, ei o dețin în continuare și asta ne dă un grad de independență mult mai mare în decizii. Ok. Cam asta au fost. În continuare, managementul companiei în general înseamnă developeri sau foști developeri și asta se vede în cât de mult investește compania asta în cercetare și dezvoltare. Este o chestie incredibilă și destul de rară, să-i spunem. Ok. Ce se va întâmpla din momentul în care de ce intra în programul ăsta? Odată că, haideți să începem cu ce e mai important pentru voi. Voi o să terminați o facultate și brusc o să vă izbiți de un lucru, vreți să vă angajați, nu aveți experiență. Practic asta o să vă oprească, o să vă taie din elan peste tot, ca să zic așa. Asta este o șansă incredibilă acum, să intrați în programul ăsta și să ajungeți să lucrați, să faceți internship-ul ăsta. Deci, practic, veți fi, odată ce ajungeți la noi, veți fi integrați, fiecare din voi o să fie integrat într-o echipă. Echipele, în general, sunt echipe EG la noi, echipe mici în care oamenii lucrează împreună, se ajută și fac tot posibilul ca să-și atingă goal-ul setat. Asta înseamnă că nu neapărat te dezvolți, te super specializezi pe o direcție, ci începi să fii chiar multi-skill la un moment dat, pentru că echipa face orice trebuie făcut pentru a-și atinge goal-urile, pentru a termina task-urile și atunci înveți foarte multe chestii, te adaptezi, trebuie să fii flexibil. Integrarea și adaptarea la noi e un proces destul de, să zic, ușor. De ce? Pentru că colegii toți au trecut prin asta și sunt foarte dispuși să ajute și, în faza asta. O să aveți tot sprijinul lor și o să facă viața ușoară din punctul ăsta de vedere. Clar îți vei dezvolta skill-urile aici, pentru că nimeni nu stă degeaba. Ok, să nu aveți impresia că aici nu știu, se lucrează 16 ore pe zi sau ceva. Nu, nimeni nu depășește, toți lucrăm fix cât e programul, încercăm să nu-l depășim. De ce? Pentru că preferăm ca noi să fim odihniți și să putem lucra bine și lua decizii bune. Nu stăm peste program, nu vrem să ajungem la burnout sau mai știu eu ce. Deci programul este foarte fain, echipa este incredibilă, oamenii pe care o să-i cunoașteți, profesioniști, sunt niște oameni deosebiți, pentru că de asta am ajuns unde suntem în top 5 mondial și continuăm să creștem. Și o vom face exact de asta, pentru că avem oamenii și ne sunt puse la dispoziție resursele pentru a obține rezultate și mai bune și a crește. Drept urmare, vă așteptăm, profitați de șansa asta, ceea ce vedeți, Digi Talents o să vă adauge practic, la CV, o să vă pun o primă linie acolo, când ați terminat, după ce veți termina facultatea, veți avea un prim entry în CV-ul vostru, care va fi foarte important și chiar dacă mai departe veți lucra cu noi sau la altcineva, o să vă folosească foarte, foarte mult. Cam asta e tot, că nu prea am prea mult timp. Vă mulțumesc că m-ați ascultat și abia aștept să ne cunoaștem.
Continui eu să vă spun despre oportunitățile pe care le oferim la revenire în Republica Moldova. Bine, nu schimb regulile pentru că avem o condiție, avem seminarul în engleză, revin la limba de comunicare. So, the program offers a lot of opportunity once you complete your experience in Slovakia. And what exactly it offers. So after the end of your labor contract in Slovakia, as was mentioned by Andrei, a wonderful experience. You will receive a logistical support with the return to Moldova, such as travel arrangements and booking of air tickets. But your experience will not be over here. Once the internship or work contract in Slovakia is over, you can fully concentrate on building your professional career that will start with the reintegration into labor market in Moldova. So when you are back in Moldova, you will have the opportunity to attend a further ICT training in the Talent Incubator number 3, or obtain support with the integration in the labor market, or you can even do both. This means that both types of reintegration assistance will take place within the Talent Incubator, either the ICT training or the support with entering the labor market. So during the time in Talent Incubator, you will get additional training and mentorship, expertise from business professionals, and assistance for later placement in ICT companies. Regarding startup and business orientation and mentoring. So this is one of the opportunity you will be offered once you return to Moldova. And if you are interested in starting up your own business, you will also be provided with mentor support and expertise. Within dedicated startup programs, 5 of you will be financially supported with €4,000 and mentors guidance. To be eligible for this support, you will have to develop a business plan, being guided by an expert during 2 months of Talent Incubator. And the committee will select 5 projects upon predefined criteria. And here in Moldova, TIC professionals will support you with the access to the local startup ecosystem, which is continuously evolving and growing. Thus, you will benefit from their expertise, support, and mentoring. Along with the startup ecosystem, TIC has a strong community of ICT actors, which open for you an access to business angels and VC networks. So together with them, you can develop and grow local ICT sector and use your opportunities. How does that happen with the startup and business orientation? Interested candidates will be invited to submit their applications to be a part in the incubation program. So the program is a complex training plus mentorship program where you learn to ideate, create a minimum viable product, learn your market, and form the team. It will be important that the individuals applying for this program have an interest for entrepreneurial growth rather than be just simply employed, and come up with ideas that can change or impact something. At the end of the program, after pitching and the demo day session, the successful individuals will be able to receive up to €4,000 grant from the project or from business angels. So actually, this is from my side about the opportunities in Moldova upon return.
We are back with more information. We have gone through how to apply, what are the benefits, who is eligible to apply, what is the criteria, who are the companies that are looking forward to receive their next internship in people and short-term employees, and what is in it for the applicants also when they return back to Moldova after this mobility scheme. If you have questions that have not been covered during the presentation, you can still enter on slido.com 309-220 and ask your questions. While you do that, I would like to give the floor to one of the applicants of a similar program coming from Ukraine, Ludmila Ahafonova, who has some interesting ideas to share with you and to make you wish to apply. Ludmila, please.
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Людмила. Я уже 3 года живу в Братиславе, работаю программистом. Я приехала по подобной программе из Украины и хочу с вами поделиться своим опытом работы и жизни в Словакии. Если у вас будут вопросы, то в конце сможете мне их задать. Сначала перед приездом я ничего абсолютно не знала про Словакию, где находится Братислава. Я даже смотрела на карте и картинки в Гугле. А сейчас могу сказать уже после 3 лет жизни, что город очень комфортный для жизни по размеру. Это 15-20 минут из любой точки до центра. Очень хорошо организован транспорт. Здесь красивая природа. И вот плюс Братиславы, что она имеет выгодное положение для путешествий. То есть если приедете сюда, то будет еще хорошая возможность для путешествий. Тут 1 час до Вены, 2 часа до Будапешта, 4 до Праги. Я такую использовала возможность, приехала на программу, потому что, я приняла участие сразу после окончания университета, и в Украине большая конкуренция в IT. Поэтому после университета эта программа мне помогла получить первый опыт работы, и для меня это был большой плюс иметь в резюме опыт работы в Европе. Словаки на нас очень похожи вот по менталитету, и язык очень похож на русский. Поэтому это был для меня также плюс, и не было проблем с освоением словацкого языка. Через 3 месяца я уже точно все понимала, и через полгода уже начала разговаривать. Опыт работы и жизни в Словакии, конечно, меня очень изменил. Я стала сильнее, самостоятельной. Это огромный опыт, который точно изменит жизнь. Эта программа дает возможность получить опыт работы в Европейском Союзе. Это огромное преимущество в том, что еще организаторы помогают здесь освоиться, то есть помогают подать документы, получить ID-карту, но это документы, необходимые для проживания здесь, найти, зарегистрироваться у врача, помогают с проживанием, с трансфером, например, с банковской картой, то есть такими важными базовыми вещами, которые могут быть проблемой для тех, кто приедет самостоятельно. Предоставляет курсы, языковые курсы английского, словацкого и IT-курсы. Поэтому очень рекомендую получить этот незаменимый опыт и поучаствовать в этом проекте. Это все, спасибо.
Okay, so our program and presentation has almost reached to its end. Before we go to the questions and answer session, let's wrap up what we discovered today and how what is needed in case you are interested to be part of the program. First of all, this is a unique labor mobility program financed and supported by the European Union through the Migration Partnership Facility within the International Center for Migration and Policy Development, in European one. It's a limited time job. However, it's an opportunity to grow, share, explore a new country and see and contribute both to the Moldovan and to the Slovak ICT sector. It's required that everybody who applies can you hear? Okay, I can hear. It's important that everybody who applies to the program returns to Moldova While if you do not have sufficient skills, or you feel that there is something that you need to improve, be it either English or technical skills, we are able to support you, and we will support you both before going to Slovakia, after you are selected, or after when you return. And also will connect to the companies both in Slovakia and in Moldova to be able to get the most of the experience. It is important that everybody submits a full package of applications so that the evaluation committee has a full understanding of what you know, what you don't know, what you need, and what is your interested areas of work and cooperation. If there is something that somebody feels not confident about, it's okay. We are here to help. There is an extensive training planned under the talent incubator to be opened soon in January in Chisinau in partnership with the Technical University of Moldova. There is a very clear process, and there are HR experts on both sides involved to help assist all the candidates. So it's not something that if you don't know or something is missing, you are excluded, or you are not being taken further. It's really important that that you trust the process, and that you are sure that everything that is behind is backed up by organizations who know their job, and who are interested that all the candidates do receive the best out of it. There is an important factor to have a full commitment in the program, and the mobility process will be coordinated from the beginning till the end by both teams. And of course, if you want to apply, or you are interested to apply, you should do it before 31st of December 2021. And to follow the information related to the project, to follow the information related to all the updates and all the news, please follow the Facebook page on digitalents.md, and the or Digi Talents Facebook page, or just get on the website digitalents.md. I hope with the wrap up we can move to the question and answer session. By now we have 5 questions, so I'm going to take one by one. Can I apply without my documents from bachelor and master's? I have them at my university in Romania, and I'm not able to travel there at the moment. If you're interested to apply as a student for your internship, you can do that if you hold and meet all the other criteria, such as you hold a Moldovan passport. If you are interested to apply for the professional exchange scheme, you can also do that, as long as you can provide your level of you'll still have to go through the matchmaking and through other elements. Therefore, we do encourage to apply all candidates that are interested and fit all the other criteria. Are the job positions only for junior level? This is the second question. No, not necessarily. Depending on the application and depending on the companies and depending on the candidate, there are different types of positions that can be offered. Are IT certificates from courses accepted instead of university degree in IT? As long as one candidate fits all the other criteria, you can apply to the program by submitting specific proof that you have the necessary skills, the necessary English. And even so, if needed, we will be able to upgrade your skills depending on the matchmaking with the company that you are supposed to be selected or employed with. Next one, we will be working remotely, or working in the office is allowed. Of course, working in the office is allowed. However, due to pandemic restrictions, there might be specific ones that are imposed that do not depend neither on the project coordinators nor on the project counterparts. However, it will depend on each concrete company, and once we are more or less aware related to the COVID situation. we are looking at this moment forward towards working on site, traveling to Slovakia, living in Slovakia, and working offline in a company. But there are things that do not depend on us, related to specifically what if in half a year the situation gets worse. And last but not least, how will the living conditions be arranged? Will we live alone or in dorms? There is a monthly allowance. There is a monthly allowance per okay, there is a monthly allowance that is offered for each candidate. At the beginning, most probably, until finding the right place, there will be dormitories that will be arranged. However, it is just for a short term until there is a normal living condition applied based on the finding and the as long as the candidate says, okay, this is okay, and I want to stay here. So there is a specific budget allocated for each participant, each selected participant. And most probably at a specific point of time, it is going to be working with each individual to see what are the conditions to be arranged. Next question. I applied already. Will I be contacted if I do not succeed? All candidates will be contacted if they succeed or not, also taken through the application process, through the evaluation of the current application process, the interviews, the discussions with the companies, and and others. So yes, in any case, there will be a discussion on behalf of the project team with the participants. Next one, we have one more, and they just keep appearing. The courses in Moldova will be online. We are developing an offline laboratory to hold the courses offline. They will be in the center of Chisinau so that it can accommodate everybody's needs in partnership with the technical university. Only if, because of a specific COVID situation, restriction, it's not going to be possible to have it. Okay, it's not going to be possible to have it offline. Yes, we can arrange online, and that's another thing related to if you are from Cahul. So yes, we will arrange all the details related to anything that needed online or offline, depending on the COVID restriction details and depending on the participants' origin in that case. Okay, there is one more related to the accommodation. First 8 weeks, it will be a shared accommodation in dormitories, and after that, it will be up to the preference of the participant, an agreement between EMA, the Slovak counterpart, and the participant. This was for the one before. We will upload all the questions and answers on the website. Therefore, there are multiple other questions that have been addressed the previous time, including English level or technical training or other. So you can check also the uploaded version of the questions on digitalents.md. While if you consider that there is something else that needs to be answered, you can always contact us at info@digitalents.md. With this said, I would like to, with your permission, I would like to close the seminar and to invite you to apply. Don't wait until the last day. Apply as fast as possible. Ask your questions, call us, or write us on Facebook or over email or on the website. And hopefully this is just a wonderful new start of a wonderful new mobility scheme between Moldova and Slovakia. Thanks to all the partners in this project, specifically the European Union through the Migration Partnership Facility within the ICMPD Center, EMA, Digital Coalition, ESET, Orange Moldova, Orange Slovakia, and of course ATIC. My name is Anna Kirica, and I have been your host today. Feel happy to to be part of this wonderful experience. And the last thing, we will also have an open doors campaign. Therefore, you can come and meet us either at TechWell or at iHub on Tuesday, the 21st of December, meaning next week, so we can get to know each other if you're interested. Just write us an email, come by, talk to us, register, and be part of this wonderful experience. With this, I'd like to tell thank you for joining us and wishing you all good luck.